So somebody asked me in the account if the daily account was free to play, and I'm like, it was at one point, but it's not anymore. And so I'm like, well, you know what? I should probably start doing videos about for my free to play account. And I figured this is the one that I'm going to do right. And I don't know if you guys know who Matt Masters is. He's also a Swgoh, a Swgoh. Sorry, Swgoh would be Star Wars: The Old Republic, which is a MMO. And this is, of course, Galaxy of Heroes. So I figured we just start off with where we are. A little bit of background on it. This account is for some reason I have a habit of starting a new account on like Super Bowl Eve or the day of the Super Bowl, which is when this account was started. And it hit 85 right after the free to play changes hit in June is when I hit 85 on this. And I guess we're just going to pick up, and this is the one that I've been doing weekly videos or whenever videos that I post to my guild. And I also posted there, and I also posted here, but I figured why not just jump in with both feet here on this account. And so I'm going to do some research, and by the time I have this video ready to upload, I have done the research. But this is, actually, let me figure it up here on my phone. Let me just Google this real quick. I'm just going to pause real quick. BRB. All right, so apparently it was 214 days ago since February 11th was the day of the Super Bowl. So that's what I'm going to go with. That's been 214. So we're just going to start from there. So this is going to be episode 1 in the series. But unlike with the other account where it's been, hey, I've been playing this game daily and I've spent $35 on this one, where at day 214, I've spent nothing on this account. And so we've already made it past the first spinning threshold. Let me try to see if I can get this camera to refocus real quick. Yeah, there it is. So, yeah, on the other account, I spent $10 to buy the Shadows of the Empire Lightspeed bundle on day 193. And then just recently on like day 473, I think it was, I spent another $25 on that Hoth Heroes, whatever it was. But here we're already 214 days in. I've not spent a dime. So I'm just gonna say this is day 214. And so this is gonna be episode 1 of this series. But just know, and we'll just go over where I'm at real quick before we jump into what I'm doing. And we'll just go through the calendar like I've been doing. This is the one I've been doing. Hey, this is my free to play account that I've been doing. We have Snips at whatever she's at. What was she at, by the way? She's at Gear 11. They're at Gear 11. So, and then we have that there's not a whole lot going on. I'm working on the bounty hunters because I'm not able to do the credit heist because reasons. My daughter is screaming down the hallway, so if that happens, apologies ahead of time. If you get bombarded by her, apologies. But just look, we're nowhere right now. And you can see where my GP is. It's at almost 1.1 million. Once again, we are 214 days in. Here's second figure. You can see what we have going on Empire-wise, which is basically nothing. And we'll just keep going through. Ewoks, we're not anywhere. I mean, we have Ewoks, we just don't. We've already done the Wicket farm on here. This is what we're essentially rushing, which is SLKR. It's going slow, but we're getting there. And now that I think about it, even though it's been 214 days since the Super Bowl. We went on vacation for about 10 days. So I'm going to go. Today's 204. So, sorry for confusion. Today's 204, episode 1 of this series. What I was saying, this is the person we're essentially rushing. It's SLKR, but, and you see, we're one piece from being done with Kylo. I've been there for about a week, but just because I'm trying to farm up the rest of the team so we can take them kind of all up at the same time. You might be wondering, hey, why is first order officer so at rank real at level 1? Because I'm kind of out of cash, y'all. I've only got 3 million. 3 million's not going to get him to level 85. So I figure, same with Hux, and so I'm like, well, why don't we just get the other? Why don't I just get first order TIE pilot, and we then work on them, and then as we're acquiring money, take them up. But the thing is, I keep thinking about, like I am with everything else, I'm like, well, I need to have credit highs, because credit highs, if I could have bounty hunters done at level 85, they would get me 5 million. And every month. And so that's where I am. And so that's the reason why we're kind of lagging. But this is going to be our first hard target. It's going to be my first ever GL rush, and it's Supreme Leader Kylo Ren. I didn't mean to do that because we're not there yet. Gal Rep, we're nowhere. We have Jimmy and Anakin and, the usuals. And then we are doing the same farm across the board with the Poncho Bros. We've got a bunch of greens down here that we can work on. We did get the Bad Batch because this was, we had the Bad Batch when they had those free things back in like March or April. So that's when we picked up the Bad Batch. So that's where they are. But we've not touched them since. As far as Eatkoff, Luminara, Plo Koon, Barris, and this is Garage. I think that's all come from Bronziums. Same with Clone Wars Chewie. Same with the 501st. It's all been Bronziums. And I don't know where I got 25 shot T from. I don't remember. Geos, we've not started GBA. I probably need to do that and just shelve the Poncho Bros for the time being. So that's probably going to do just because I know I need GeoBrood Alpha, because I do have a Omicron that I probably need to put on Poggle, but I haven't done yet. Why? Because I don't have a GeoBrood Alpha yet. So there's that. Gungans, nada. Hut Cartel, nada really. Nope. Remnant, not really. Ish. Remnant, we have in Remnant ish. Imperial Troopers were, I got Veers to gear 12. I'm actually working on Colonel Start getting him to 12 because I need a working Troopers team. I've learned that Inquisitors were nowhere on. Jawas, no. Jedi, you saw it. We saw what we have already. We do have Basilet gear 12, which is like, okay. Mandos, we have Mando, which we're farming Mando because he's a bounty hunter. Night Sisters, not really. Even though we're done with the Marin farm, which is good to see. She's an easy farm because she's in Fleet and she's on super early Fleet farm. We talked about Old Republic already. Phoenix, we actually don't have Phoenix working. Why? We don't have money. We don't have money. We have enough shards to open the whole team, but we just don't have the money. And Rex, we do have to go back and get Rex and Sabine and Ezra, but I know you're shocked because I don't have Phoenix, because if you started a new account right after the free-to-play changes, they basically give you the entire Phoenix team right off the bat, just for leveling, basically, is what it is. Rebels, you see it. We're nowhere. One of the guild is making Hoth Rebel Soldier a required farm, so that's why we have him here, as Saber did, because he's a required farm for our guild right now, because it's a very young, totally free-to-play guild. and we're working on Rolo. All these Rolo shards that you see that I've farmed most of them out of the guild activity store myself. But I'm like, yeah, you're telling the guild is saying, hey, farm Hoth Rebel Soldier, and I'm like, okay, sure, why not? Mention Hoth Rebel Soldier. Other than that, nobody. Resistance. We got veteran smuggler Han. We do. Why do I have veteran smuggler Han? Because he's required for. And we actually have veteran smuggler Chewie also. Why? Because their Han is required for Slicker, so preliminary to Kylo Ren. So we've already taken care of that. We just haven't opened him and we haven't leveled him and all that other stuff, But nothing really outsaps you. Be like, hey, you got a new gun right at Gear 12 with the Zeta already? Yeah, I do. True story. You can see we sort of got the beginnings of the Grievous team lurking in the background with B2 Amanda Guard almost fully farmed, and then Grievous when he's available, and then we'll get B1 at some point, and we've already got Newt, so we're in good shape. Separatist-wise, Sith-wise, we're not. We have Vader, but he's 65, and I don't have a Zeta or anything on him, and you're probably looking at me like, what'd you just say? Facts, man, facts. We have it doesn't work. We're not there yet. We have Vandor. Totally farmed up. We have Dash. Totally farmed up. We have veteran Hunglismon. Totally farmed up. We have veteran Hungly Chewy. Totally farmed up. Why Dash? Well, put simply, this was originally a Profundity Rush account, and the guide we were using said Dash, and so that's why we have Dash and Vandor. You'll be interested to see who else we also have, which I don't. Yeah, he's coming soon. Sector, of course, we don't have Ezra. Nobody has Ezra. We'll have him eventually, I guess. Tuscans, Ufus, we got 2, 3, 4-ish. I don't know. I'm not sure how I have Seer and Cal at all, but I do. Wookiees, okay, look at this. So we have veteran Vandor Chewie, we have Tarful already. Tarful 5 stars. Why? Because they're on the same node. Vandor and Tarful are on the same node. We also have Chupio done already, guys. So we have Wicket and Chupio and Dash Rendar and Vandor and Tarful all done already on this account. I mean, and by done, I'm saying farm. I'm saying 7 stars. I'm not saying done, but I know we have them farmed, so it's ready to be geared. But we're only at. And so you might be wondering, well, hey, what are your farms? What are your daily farms where you are? Well, here it is. And the truth is, it's actually not what you're saying. At one point, it was all 3 of these, and at one point, it was all 3 of these, but now it's just kind of. And now it's just kind of this. And then we're still doing the 2 refreshes like like we are on the other accounts until we hit this once. And then we go down to the next one down here, which is General Hugs. And we go bam. And hopefully we don't get this, but if we do, we do have to re-rack it because I don't want to get stuck with just. So hopefully we get a better run, but we get a slightly better run, not a better run, but that's essentially all we're doing for farms right now. At one point I was doing this, like I said, I went into this whole 2 refreshes, I count the board. So we're getting first order tie wherever we can. We're not farming now. We're not worried about Django and Droidica right now, or Bosk. Here I mentioned we are doing the Poncho Bros. We kind of need to do that and need Scion also, but because we need Geobrood Alpha, we're just going to do this. We're just going to be like, hey, GBA, let's come on down. Of course, we only get 4 it's double drops, which is, how the game goes a lot of time. But what are we doing with the rest of our energy? Well, quite simply, we're working on this trooper team, but I also want to get us. So you might be wondering, well, if you're doing the SOKR rush, why aren't you just pushing everything into SOKR? Well, because we're doing Conquest right now, and as it stands, I have low-level Jedi that I can use, which is the Bastila, Jimmy, Anakin, Snips, and Qui-Gon team. And I'm like, I probably need something else. And so that's why we're working on troopers. And at the same time, we're kind of working on bounty hunters too. So, yeah, I'm gearing up. I have Zetas, but I'm not putting them on anybody yet. So right now we're just pushing gear into Colonel Stark to get him to gear 12. And then you're like, you're going to leave him at gear 12? I kind of am. And we're just doing these 2 refreshes a day where we just come in here and we hit this. And it's real simple. We don't stress about it. We just hit the 2 here and we're done. When we're done, we're done. And it says we're done. Are we actually done? Did I just go through all that real quick? I don't know. But yeah, we just used all that. And so we just come over here and we're like, hey, I did 1 refresh. So I know we had another one here. So I just do this. And I'm like, okay, well, it's like we're doing on the other account. Or when we get what we need to get, we're done. And we just move on and we're like, okay, that piece is done. And then tomorrow we'll start looking for this piece. And that's the everything of how we're farming right now. I mean, it's not, and the goal is just to save a little bit extra energy on the other side, just to have it in case there's a chase event, so we can go ham on a double drop event and on a chase event, and be able to do what we need to do in those events. But I mean, it's a little slow. Here because we're still trying to get to where we're able to do this last fleet challenge out here. And also, we don't have, we're still working on the home one, so we don't have this. So we're not done with the home one yet. And so there's that. And but other than that, we're just doing typical normal stuff that we're doing on the other accounts, and that is doing our challenges day, doing not this particularly today, but we're doing Conquest, of course, but we're doing war. And then once we get done with war, we just come over here and we can open Scavenger, and we come in here and we're like, hey, I got 3,800 in bronziums. And so I go and I'm like, how many is this? We go, it's under 16, if you're wondering. So it's 2. Well, it's actually 1, because the first one was free. We just opened, who was that, Java, or is it I don't know. But we just do this, and it's kind of chill. It's kind of chill. I mean, we could, and you might think I'm crazy for saving up, but it's like we don't do the 3rd pull. We only do the second. We only do the 2 pulls, and so I'm not exactly sure how it ends up, but I feel good about it. Because it seems to have be working on the other accounts, and so here we just do this. But yeah, that's what we're doing. So we're said we're at day 20 204 essentially, because we didn't take 10 days off for vacation. And so we're essentially 204. That puts us at about 7 months. So whereas the other one is 16 months, this one's almost 7 months. So it's got a lot of stuff to do. It's got a lot of catching up to do. But it's totally free to play. And this one, like I said, we've not spent any money. I did spend, $10 on the daily account that we do every day. Back on day 193, and here we're at 204, and we've not spent any money, and we're not going to, because we're in a free to play guild that takes free to play very seriously, and so that's just how we're doing it. We're just doing it free to play way, and yeah, you're more than welcome. Like I said, I'm going to start doing daily videos. You're more than welcome to watch along and learn, and it's not going to be as pie in the sky as the other accounts, but it's not meant to yet. It will when we get there, but when are we going to get there? When we get there, just like most everything else. When are we going to? When are we there yet? We'll be there when we get there. So, same mentality right here. You can see I have 2 Zetas saved up. I'm not exactly sure where I'm going to put them yet. I'm not worried about it, honestly. I mentioned First Order TIE Pilot. He's not here yet, but all right, we can. We're grabbing whatever is going to be helpful. Of course, this is the only place you can farm Rex is ARC 170, so we grab it here, and then we're just, if we can't use it, we just save it and put it in our back pocket and wait for a day when we can use it, and then whatever we need, we just come in here and grab, and that's just what it is. But yeah, today's been. Thanks for watching episode 1, day 104 of this daily free to play excursion. Let me know if you maybe some of you are kind of miffed that I've sort of throttled back on SLKR. I get it, but like I say, I just, where I am right now, I feel like I definitely need a trooper team, and I definitely need bounty hunters for the credit heist. So as soon as we get them to 85, that I'm not even gonna honestly, with the bounty hunters, I'm not even gonna worry about pushing them to gear 12 or whatever. I'm just getting the troopers to gear 12. We're getting the bounty hunters all to 85. We can getting some, maybe some gear 11 on them. Then we'll jump back into SLKR. But yeah. So anyway, we'll see you tomorrow for episode 2 of this. And as always, hold the line, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.